Hello Stampers, my name is Linda Bedinger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today I have a video for you that's just a little bit different. I had the opportunity over this last weekend to go to the Stampin' Up! Convention on stage. And I've got to tell you, it was just a lot of fun. And one of the things that we often do on stage is to take a swap. This card has been so popular on my YouTube channel, thank you very much for all of your support, that I decided that I must be insane. I did this as a swap, so I made 50 of these cards, and for swaps we generally do just the top cover, the top page. And I took 50 of these, and I want to share with you the swaps that I got back in return from on stage. And I tell you that it is just very, very exciting. We have some new products coming, and got sneak peeks at the catalog for the occasions catalog for after the first of the year, and celebration and all kinds of stuff, and it was just a lot of fun. So I'd like to share with you some of the swaps that I got. This was one that I got from Virginia Porta, who's a demonstrator out of Little Rock, Arkansas. And this one is very special to me because I ended up at the convention and couldn't find the rest of my Denver contingent, and someone who is a member, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator under me, got her plane all, oh, poor thing, she traveled all day, and missed flights and did all kinds of crazy things, and so she wasn't there, so I was kind of rocking and rolling by myself there. And Virginia and her team out of Little Rock reached out to me. I was asking a few questions about the convention, and this is now part of my extended Stampin' Up! Family. There were, I think, 6 or 7 of them, 7 I believe, of the group in Little Rock where Virginia was, and they just warmly included me into their fold and took me with them everywhere while I was down there until I found all of my folks. And I just hold these people, and it's good this one is a heart, because right now I feel very close in my heart to this group of fabulous ladies that were there at the convention. This is Virginia's swap. So I'm just going to randomly pull the swaps out and show them to you. This one is also by someone on that same team. Her name is Patience Holt, and she's from Maumelle, Arkansas. And isn't that pretty? She used embossing powder, copper embossing powder, all over this trellis dry embossed piece, and then has some of that beautiful copper ribbon on it. So thank you very much, Patience, both for your hospitality and for that beautiful card. This one is just great fun. Isn't that sweet? This one is a Happy New Year card, and this one is provided by Stacy Clausen out of Tremont, Minnesota. And thank you, Tracy. It's just great fun with this particular one. This one is called Merry Wishes, and I'm going to bring that up a little bit so you can see. All of these Christmas images are embossed in gold on this card, and then there's either some washi tape or a little piece of gold underneath here. Very, very pretty. This one was done by Astrid Beeling, who was there from Australia. Azana, A-Z-A-N-A Design. And I just thought that was so clever. She's got some elements for some other things, and the color palette is beautiful, even for Christmas. Thank you, Anna. All right, this next one, isn't that pretty? Softly Falling and a couple of reindeer out of one of the Christmas sets from last year. It's still live in the catalog. And so sad, this one, as I pulled it out and opened it, very generously provided a full card here, but there's no name. So if you let me know on my YouTube channel if this was your card, I would love to give you credit. These are all people whose work and websites I'll be going to look at for inspiration, because some of these are just gorgeous. That one is one I wish I could tell you who that was from. This one, isn't that clever? She came up with a flag, and it's just using some stamps, and then she used some dazzling diamond paper to make the stars. And this one was provided by Maria Dobrava. And Maria is from Bozeman, Montana. Very clever, Maria. Very, very pretty card. Now this one has the ruffled background piece here and a cup with something in it. It says Slurpee across the front of the paper. Isn't that cute? And this card was provided by Lauren Urbanas, U-R-B-O-N-A-S. And Lauren, all kinds of other information, but Lauren, L-A-U-R-E-N, U-R-B-O-N-A-S, Urbanas. Very clever, Lauren. Very pretty card. This next one is from the Awesomely Artistic. Thanks for always being there for me. And it's got some raised detail in here that's been scored in, and it's just simple and elegant. Very pretty card. This one was done by Janice Eno out of Pawcatuck, Connecticut. And looks like the name she's using is Stampadilly. Isn't that cute? Thank you so much, Janice. That's a lovely card. This next one I thought was absolutely beautiful. It's using some of the Christmas paper, some of the black and white paper, the coffee cup, and I just thought that was just such a pretty card. This one is done by Cindy Wilkinson, and it doesn't say where Cindy's from, but Cindy Wilkinson. Very, very pretty card, Cindy. Thank you. This one is done by, let's see, this one doesn't have a name on it. Another of those that doesn't have the name. So if you're, if this is your card, would you let me know? And this, I'm not going to say much about it. I'm going to say spoiler alert. That's an image out of the new catalog. All right, here's another really pretty one. This looks like stacked presents, and it says wrapped in the warmth of Christmas. Very pretty on sparkly paper. And this one is done by D.N. Gunstone, I believe. Very, very pretty card. Okay, this next one, isn't that cute? And I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out. This one is embossed, and the little pig flies. Isn't that sweet? And it says, she believed she could, so she did. Isn't that just the sweetest card in the world? Just very pretty. And this was created by Julie Hunt. Thank you, Julie. Very, very clever card. Then this one I thought was absolutely gorgeous, and I do have to take this one out of the package so you can see just how pretty this one. This was done, I don't have her name, but it's called My Stampin' Table, and her name of her company is Small Batch Greetings, which I thought was very clever. But this particular card, and she gave us a whole card, opens, and the heart, I mean the star is inset. Isn't that gorgeous? And it says Joyful Christmas on the inside. I just thought that was so clever. So many clever people out there. Yeah, that was a lot of fun of the whole event, was seeing all these people that created lots of things that were just so clever. This one is called This Little Piggy, and isn't that cute? Because on the inside it could say, this little piggy says thank you, this little piggy, whatever. I thought it was clever. And she used banners in a way that I've not seen them used before. It almost looks like a little flap that you could open. And not marked. Again, I wish I could give somebody credit because that one is very, very cute and very clever. And let's see, this one is a thank you card using all of that beautiful Daisy Delight paper. And this one is another one that isn't marked. So sad. People put a lot of work and effort into these, and I'd love to be able to give them credit and or contact them. So, and this one was empty, so it could be one of the ones that doesn't have a box. I got a swap from Deb Naylor. Thank you, Deb. I don't know what it was because there are several of them that didn't come with a container here. This one I have to open also just so you can see how it's done. Try to keep the crinkling down to a minimum here. This card opens up like this. It says celebrate, thankful for you, hugs and kisses. And on the inside it says happy birthday. Isn't that clever? A very, very pretty fold to that card. And again, that one was done by Margie Dischinger. D-I-S-C-H-I-N-G-E-R. Margie Dischinger, I think. Sorry if I'm scrambling your name. This one is life may not be the party we had hoped for, but while we're here, we might as well dance, using that wonderful, beautiful You stamp set. Very pretty. This one was done by Cassie Miller. Thank you, Cassie. All right, this next one, isn't that just festive? You make me ridiculously happy. And some of these stamps are so big that it really is almost all you need here to put a card together that's very, very attractive. And she used copper accents here. And this one was done by Rhonda Glaze, G-L-A-Z-E, Arlington, Texas. Very, very pretty. Thank you, Rhonda. All right, this next one I thought was extremely pretty, very elegant. This one, too, was a whole card, and it has a message inside, so I will pull it out. This card was made by a demonstrator by the name of Karen Braxton, and Karen is from Bozeman, Montana. Isn't that pretty? Just as elegant as it could be with a minimal amount of fuss and effort. And you know me, I love things that are simple and very, very full of statement. And it says happy birthday on the inside. Just a very, very pretty card. Thank you, Karen. The next one I have is this one. Very cute little card here. Just for you. And very simple and very, very attractive. And I don't know that I would have put Fresh Fig with Peekaboo Peach and Navy, but it's just lovely. Absolutely great. This one was done by Shelley Pratt. So Shelley, and it's C-H-E-L-L-E-Y, Pratt. And it doesn't say where she's from, but thank you, Shelley. That's just a great little card. The next one I have is this. Isn't that gorgeous? This one I'm going to bring up so you can see. This is using some of the specialty washi tape here. And she just drew that washi tape across the card at an angle, used part of one of those gold snowflakes and the other part on the inside. And it says Star of Wonder on the outside of this card. And let's see if that's a card front. And this one was called Shiny Greetings by Cynthia Lowe. Thank you, Cynthia. Doesn't say where Cynthia's from, but I just thought that was gorgeous. And I think these little swirls, I can't remember what they come from I think the Snowflake bundle. Anyway, they're just gorgeous. A copper one and a silver one and then gold, and just using all of the colors. Just gorgeous. Thank you so much, Cynthia. I might be casing that one. This one is I'm Thankful for You, using the Painted Harvest set and the embossing folder that's the brick wall, and some of that burlap ribbon. Very, very pretty. And this one is D. Camilotto, C-A-M-I-L-O-T-T-O. And D is from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And isn't that just very, very pretty? Thank you so much, D, for that beautiful card. This next one I thought was just as festive and pretty as it could be. And it's got an embossed background, a little bit of DSP, and a nice giant message here. And that's enough to make the card. Wonderful. Cindy Griffin. And this was part of my new family from Little Rock. She's Cindy Griffin from Little Rock, Arkansas. Thank you, Cindy. Very, very pretty card. This one I thought was just lovely. It is brown. You wouldn't think of brown and cream as Christmas colors, but it's absolutely gorgeous. She used the Softly Falling folder and a couple of our framelits here in that same deer cutout we've seen before. And this one was done by Evelyn Harley, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Thank you so much, Evelyn. It's just gorgeous. All right, next we have this one. Isn't that gorgeous? And I feel that there is nothing more truly artistic than to love people. It's a Van Gogh saying. Isn't that just beautiful? And unfortunately, there's no name on that one that I can give someone credit. This one says, may all your tomorrows be as happy as today, using some of that beautiful designer series paper that we have. And again, this one doesn't have a name on it. So thank you. And again, if you spy yours on my channel and you let me know who you are, I'll bring it back and give you credit. Friendship multiplies joys and divides sorrows. And this pretty little card, that's from Awesomely Artistic. I recognize that. This one is done by Annette Jensen. And it doesn't say where she's from, but thank you so much, Annette, using some punch art. Very pretty. All right, this one, isn't that just bold and simple? It's got these watercolor kind of stamps over a wash, and I don't know if that's designer series paper or whether that's a wash that she put on here, but just for you, very pretty. It says watercolor words. And so she did put that background on. It's called a swooshing technique, inspired by Michelle Sweet, or Suitably Stamping. But this card was done by Megan Thompson in Lake St. Louis, Missouri. Thank you, Megan. That is just gorgeous. Very, very pretty. All right. This next one is another one using, you know, I may have to get this coffee set. It didn't appeal to me at first, but I've seen so many cute things done with this coffee set, and I'll just bet this one is going to carry over to the new catalog. Oh, I see. This one has all of the instructions for making the card. So thank you, Chris Talbot, who's given me everything that's needed to figure out how to make this card. Lovely. Just lovely. And this little gingerbread man is out of a set that carried over from last year and has been very popular. I used that one until I was silly last year. And isn't that just gorgeous? Chris Talbot, thank you, Chris. That's very, very pretty. All right, this one, it says Wild About You. Isn't that cheery? She used the leaves embossing folder and some designer series paper and this cute little bear. And this one was done by Lorree, L-O-R-R-E-E, Bosworth, out of Ridgecrest, California. So absolutely great and bright and cheery and as cute as it can be. Thank you, Lorree. This one is You Sure Know How to Make Someone Happy, and it's got this cute little bee, and the yellow under the bee here is been, she used Wink of Stella or something to brighten that up and give it some sparkle. Just as cute as it can be. And that one was done by Jenny Bear. How clever. Thank you, Jenny. That's just a delightful little card. Then this one, which I thought was awfully pretty, using some of that note paper, designer series paper, and a couple of those punches that provide these banners, Merry Wishes, and the trees. There's a little wash background behind the trees, and then these trees are treated with Wink of Stella. Very, very pretty. This one is done by Zeny Lucy, Z-E-N-Y, Zeny Lucy. And just a beautiful card. Very striking, lots of contrast like that. This one I thought was very clever. I like this technique, and I've used it before, about watercoloring something and then punching something out. And this is a simple thank you card. Isn't that just gorgeous? Very pretty card. That is a whole card. Let's see if there's anything on the inside. This one has been provided by Sandy, I think that might be pronounced Gerard, G-E-U-R-A-R-D. And Sandy is in Winnacone, Wisconsin. W-I-N-N-E-C-O-N-N-E, Wisconsin. Sandy Gerard. Very, very pretty, Sandy. Oh, and no, it's just put up on dimensionals. There isn't an inside. That's one that I could see casing. And just FYI, casing means in the Stampin' Up! World is copy and share everything. And it is a mantra that we use. So when people say, can I case your card? My answer is always yes. The whole point is to inspire people to do wonderful things. So thank you very much. Let's see. Let me say her name again. Oh, it's on the inside. Sandy Gerard. Okay, next I have this pretty card. Isn't that gorgeous? That's some of that designer series paper. And may all your tomorrows be as happy as today. And this one is provided by, oh dear, it says on here what she used to make the card, but the demonstrator's name isn't on there. So sad. That is just beautiful. Very, very pretty card. The next one I have is this one. Isn't that sweet? These pigs got to be very, very popular. And this one says, Just Because. And this one is done by Constance Wintz. And Constance is spelled C-O-N-S-T-A-N-Z-E, Wintz, or Wirtz. Wirtz, W-I-R-T-Z. That is just the cutest little pig. Thank you, Constance. Very, very pretty. Let's see. This card, simple and elegant, and I'll bring this up so you can see the leaves all have Wink of Stella on them on this one little strip. And it's just as pretty as it can be, and a little bit of ribbon kind of poking out at the bottom here. Simple, but very elegant, very pretty card. This one is provided by Michelle Miller out of Rockford, Illinois. Thank you, Michelle. That's gorgeous. Let's see. Get to the next batch here. This one I thought was very clever. It's a way to use the autumn colors and just do some simple stamping, autumn greetings, but it's very effective and it's sponged around the edges, very pretty. And this one is done by Sue Ann Hilton. And Sue Ann is out of Holyoke, Massachusetts. So thank you, Susan. That's a beautiful card. This one I thought was incredibly striking. Next time you think of wonderful things, don't forget to include yourself or count yourself. And isn't that pretty? And it's really pretty simple. This looks like it's cut out with a die. This is a stamped flourish in, oh, it's embossed in white embossing powder. And then a piece of DSP on black so that it just stands out. Very, very pretty. This one was done by Stacy Cogswell, and Stacy's from Eugene, Oregon. Beautiful card, Stacy. Thank you. Okay, the next card is Hooray, It's Your Day, and there's all kinds of glitter treatment on these balloons. It's kind of, it'd be interesting if she told us what she did. Yep, they're just Wink of Stella. Looks like she colored the Wink of Stella on this one. Very pretty. Deb DeLilio. And Deb is from Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Very pretty. And then the stamps on the inside also have glitter or Wink of Stella around the edges of the circles. They almost look like sunbursts. Very, very pretty. Simple card, but big impact. Very nice. Thank you again, Deb. All right, this one I fell in love with. May all your tomorrows be as okay, may all of your tomorrows be as happy as today. Seize the day. And then she cut out a couple of these shells and laid them on here before she ran them through the embossing folder. So those shells are also embossed. Deborah Asher. And Deborah is from Pierre, South Dakota. Beautiful card, Deborah. Thank you so much. Let's see. This one, simple but very, very cute. This is the little boy walking with geese. And isn't that just the sweetest image? This is a very pretty simple card. Olivia Logan. And doesn't say where Olivia is. 509. That sounds like Washington State. Not sure, but Olivia, a very pretty card. And then she's used stitch framelits and some of our other framelits to create that little background. Thank you, Olivia. This one is so cute. If life gives you lemons, live it with zest. So she's got a couple of lemons. She's got some of that lemon lime twist on here. She used the punch ribbon, a little designer series paper, and unfortunately it doesn't say who it was from, so I can't give credit, but a lovely card. This one is using that Painted Harvest, and it's got a stamped background in the back, and you know, really a pretty simple design on one of our pretty snowflakes. Very pretty. Peace, Joy, and Love, done in white embossing powder. And this one is done by Kathy Church in Bluegrass, Iowa. Thank you, Kathy. That is just gorgeous. I remember talking to her. She was a lovely lady. All right. This one is using You, My Friend, Are Priceless. And it's got a gem die cutout. And then she's used embossing paste on the back here that's then been colored with bronze, and I can't tell whether the bronze embossing powder was put on and embossed later or mixed in with the embossing paste. But very pretty. And I love the sentiment, and this is designer series paper. Isn't that just beautiful? Very, very pretty, and of course, no name on it, so I can't give somebody credit. Beautiful card, however. Okay, so here's one, and it's used, it looks like it's embossing paste on the background, and it's got this die cut key, and you're the kind of person who makes a positive difference in this world. Very pretty, very unusual. I'll bring that up so you can see it, and it's got background stamps on it that have, and I can't think of the name of this stamp set, but it's just very different. And it doesn't say anything there. Maybe it says something on the inside. I'll take a look and see if I can give somebody credit for this. No, unfortunately, there's nothing on the inside either. So very interesting, very different. I kind of like that one. Very pretty. So the next one I have uses the Jar of Love, and it used some of the wood grain paper and lots of DSP, and says, throw kindness around like confetti. Isn't that just the cutest thing? Very, very, and bold designer series paper down the side here. This card was designed by Betsy Guthu, G-U-T-H-U. I hope I'm saying that right. Betsy Guthu from Appleton, Wisconsin. Thank you, Betsy. Just a very clever card. Very pretty. Let's see. This next card, isn't this pretty? I'm going to take this one out because I think the name is, yes, the name is on the inside. This is some of that beautiful black lace trim that we have. Some of these things traveling back got a little bit manhandled in the suitcases. It says, "Hey friend," and it's got all of this raised detail on it. I just love the color combination of the black and this lemon lime twist with what looks like berry burst here. Really pretty. And beautiful card. This was done by Catherine Anderson in Fenton, Missouri. Thank you, Catherine. It's just a beautiful card. Let's see. That might be all of the cards that I got while I was there. But I only took cards, so I didn't do a lot of swapping with people that did 3D, but one lady did swap this one for one of my cards. Life is a Beautiful Thing, using that wonderful, I think it's called Colorful Seasons stamp set. Really pretty on this piece of designer series paper. Just as simple as that, with a place to write on the back. Very pretty tag. And I don't have the party's name. There wasn't a name on there. And let's see, I had one more that I wanted to share. This wasn't a swap, but this was done by Kathy Howes, one of the demonstrators. She's here in Denver. She's up north in Westminster or Broomfield. And she did this, and I thought it was so clever. It is called Clear Defense. This is a hand sanitizing wipe, and she made this cute little belly band to go around it, and it says, "This little piggy on this side says thanks." Isn't that cute? And that's done by Kathy Howes here. Oh, she's actually in Denver, so she might just be up on the north end of Denver. But Kathy is one of the people that I routinely meet with here in town to get together, and demos that get together here in town and exchange ideas and do things like that. Well, those are my swaps for this year. Thank you, Kathy. That's wonderful. And I got back into town very, very late last night, so I didn't get a chance to make a video. So I thought I would share my swaps with you, and I'll be back on Wednesday with a new video and card or project. And until then, thanks for watching. Bye.